you know I can't. You know I can't just do a stream where I where I fix my setup so I don't keep having the same reoccurring issue. You know me. Hello, human friendly. I'm freaking back. Is my audio okay? Yeah, woohoo! Here I am. Here I am. Yay, good. I don't want to repeat of the freaking one incident. But yeah, I went through all the effort of selecting my best trip photos for telling you about my trip. And as you can see, I'm a big Fuamoko fan. that's my Hollow Oshi Fuamoko all the way every day. And would you believe it? So is my girlfriend. Shares the same Oshi. She leans a little more Fuwa, I lean a little more Mokuko. So, and you know, there's a round 1 on Mirror There is not a round 1 near the fairy forests. So, I won these little doodads. I won these ladies. You say opposites attract, but they're twins, aren't they? But yeah, I friggin' carried that thing, tucked to my chest, in my tracksuit the whole freaking time, going there, to bring to my lady love for her birthday. It was her birthday, guys. Anyways, and our little ones, I packed those in the suitcase. They fit. I only brought a carry-on. Yeah, oh my gosh, birthday. Everyone wish her a happy birthday. Yeah. I only brought a carry-on and she didn't fit. So, you know, I had to make do. I had this friggin' huge plush pressed up against these friggin' PNG bazongas. It got sweaty. I can't freaking lie. But she was delighted. She was delighted. Look at her down there. She's the little fairy one. Pardon me. It's not my birthday. It's her birthday. Her name is Cherry. She's a fairy. And she Kitsugi GF, there you go. And she lives in the magical fairy forests of Kentucky. I mean Nebraska, fuck. Why did I say Kentucky? I'm too fucking hungry. I was thinking Kentucky Fried Chicken, wasn't I? God, I had that so much during my trip. Because it was one of the places that delivered. So, my brain's fried. Yeah, Nebraska. The fairy forest in Nebraska. But before that, we met up in Denver for her birthday. And that's where this zoo is. The Denver Zoo. I mean, aquarium. It's an aquarium, but they have tigers for some reason. I ruined the comedy of it by calling it a zoo, I fear, but it's an aquarium. But it has tigers, see? What's up with that? They just have 2 tigers. I don't know, man. It was crazy. But I don't have that many pictures. So I'll just let them freaking loop, and I'll talk about him if I want to talk about him. But yeah, we went in Denver, went to aquarium, we had a nice hotel, went hot tub at the hotel. It was sweet. I mean, she could only, you know, she's tiny. She's like fucking, what, 3 inches? I want to say 4 inches? Probably 5 if you include the hair. But she was freaking, you know, overheating really fast on account of her size. So had to, like, you know, dip and then get out and then dip and then come out. Yeah, the boiling hag incident, that was a one-off thing, okay? that was a one-time event, okay? I don't do that anymore. Look, Hag was having a great time. She's stowed away. She's stowed away in my suitcase. You know, I really didn't have much room in there. So I was a little bit frustrated with it. And, you know, this is supposed to be a romantic trip, so I just sort of abandoned her. I let her do whatever, but she managed to sneak in some of the pictures. It's a one-time thing. Alright, but I wrote this huge, like, stream topics list on my phone while I was out. So let me freaking pull it up. Oh yeah, I wrote something about Hag in here. I wanted to clarify. I feel like I got it wrong earlier. I feel like I fumbled my words, like, you know, how I mixed up Kentucky and Nebraska. I did some dumb shit like that with Hag, and I want to just clarify that Hag is a homunculus. Alright? She is a homunculus that is made with my DNA and my memories injected into her. And then she was aged in my, in the community library aging machine. You know, they just have, like, one of those little mini ones for, like, you know, it's about the size of a microwave, maybe. So that's why she had to be small. You know, I probably would have gone for a bigger one, but, I mean, getting your own aging chamber is so fucking expensive. It's even more expensive than a 3D printer. So, yeah. Homunculus granny. Hummy granette. She's you know, but she has all of my memories, is the thing. She kind of, like, I mean, she gets the idea now, but for the first few days, she really, like, thought she was me, right? She had she had a crisis. We're over it. It's the machine that makes you old, you know? It's pretty dangerous though, you know, it has this whole lock thing on it, cause, you know, the older models, they didn't have a lock, so you could just, like, stick your hand in and have the rest of your arm out. And, you know, teens thought it was super funny, like, oh ho ho, I'll get one really old hand, but there's no fucking young machine, dog. So there's a bunch of, like, there's a bunch of guys, mostly, who have, like, an old hand, or, like, an old thumb or something, and that's how you know that they were stupid, or, like, got into hazing in college. I think it, like, increases your risk of arthritis by, like, 2,000%. It's really bad. Yeah, and I don't think insurance covers it either. It's, like, self-inflicted. It's really unfortunate. I'm so heartless laughing at these people, but I don't know. I guess they did it to themselves. What do you guys think of my story? Comment down below if you think they deserved it or not. What do you think that fable, what do you think the meaning of that fable is? You know? Alright, oh yeah, so traveling, I get super motion sick. So, you know, I was the left side of my body is aged more than my right. You must have gotten that fucking machine, you stupid. It's okay, I won't hold it against you. But I get super motion sick, so I was hopped up on Dramamine, right? And it didn't make me as drowsy as I wanted to. I actually had, like, a big fucking overnight, overlay a couple times, and I wanted to sleep, and even though it was all full of Dramamine, I couldn't sleep, and I was like, I thought this was drowsing. I thought this was drowsing, right? But part of the fucking problem with me not sleeping in the airport, right? I was like I got in at freaking, I want to say 1 a.m. and then I didn't have to freaking go to my train to the hotel to meet my fair lady until her train came in at like 6 in the morning or whatever. You know, that's how, I mean, I saved like $200 doing it that way, okay? Just the method. But, so I'm trying to get some fucking sleep, and I see this airport has an area, a sleep center. They do have that at the Denver airport. And I thought, fuck, I'll go there. And I go there, and it's a bunch of nice little couches. Some of them are more bed-like, some like lounge chair type stuff. And I'm like, okay, this'll work. I lay down, and there's this fucking like group of like 3 guys playing Minecraft. And you know, it would be whatever if they were just typing, but one of them, I knew they were playing Minecraft because one of them was giving commentary the whole fucking time. He was like, dude, I just got some ender pearls. Like, we gotta go here. We gotta do this. Like, dude, you have the blah, blah, blah. I just got 15 bone meal. And I'm like, oh my, yeah, chicken jockey, flint and steel. You know, luckily this was before the Minecraft movie, so he wasn't doing that shit, at least. Because this is on the way in, but oh my fucking god, I kind of wanted to strangle him a little bit, you know, but so I obviously couldn't sleep there because he was gaming so loudly. I guess he thought that the recharge area, because that's what it was called, it's for recharging your computer, obviously. Why would it be for recharging anything else? In the only area in the airport designated for resting. Seriously, he thought he was a streamer. For real. And you know, like, there was a different individual who was completely silent, but he had one of those, like, I have one too, even though I don't have tracking on my model yet. But I have a freaking, you know, ring light that you put your phone in the middle of on a tripod. And he had one of those in front of him, and I was like, oh god, is this a cluster of streamers? But he just, like, sat with it. I guess it was just a way to hold his phone for him. He didn't say anything, unless he was doing, like, a silent VTuber stream. Oh god, that would have been great. I should have peeped on him. It turns out he's, like, one of the world's biggest silent gaming VTubers, and I just met them in the Denver airport, and I didn't even know. Anyways, I couldn't sleep. I got up. I went over to a series of benches that I saw a guy sleeping at. So I sat, you know, there's a bench over here, and there's a bunch of middle rows of benches, and then I laid at the other bench. And it turns out actually was a construction area. I don't know how that guy was sleeping there. It was a construction zone. And I moved like 3 or 4 times trying to find somewhere to sleep. And finally I frickin' end up like sitting in a chair, but I'm like bent over, resting my head on Fuwawa on top of my suitcase. Which is cool. And I get like 5 minutes of sleep, sort of in and out, more like. And then this Fuwawa. And then I fucking get, excuse me, ma'am? And I'm like, sorry. And then he's like, no, I just wanted to let you know we have a sleeping area. We have a recharge area. And I was like, oh, is there room? Thank you. And you know what? The guys weren't there. The Minecraft Let's Players had left. It was finally my time. And I curled up and I got like, you know, a few minutes of patchy whatever sleep. it was already like 5 a.m. at that point. Yeah, someone erased the Minecrafters, exactly. By the way, hello Rango! Hello Rango. And hello Stormy Raywaters, hello. I don't think I greeted you guys proper. I have a lot to talk about, you know. I can't be greeting all of you bitches and hoes. I'm busy. I have topics to talk about. If I named every single person who commented by name, it would take me a whole fucking 3 seconds. Do you think I have that time? Anyways, that was how the way in went. And I was kind of nauseous, but I was mostly fine. And then it was a train. It was so nice. I saw the mountains on the train out of the airport. It was great. And then I met with my lady lover. We went to the hotel. You know how it is. Well, you know, it was her birthday. We went to the friggin' Denny's. We watched Fukuoka Morning in a Denny's. It was great. It was pretty friggin' great, you know? Yeah, let me check my topics again now. We did not watch cable TV in the hotel. We watched YouTube. She signed into her YouTube account and we watched YouTube like fucking modern day folks do. Yes. My nostalgic days of watching cable TV in the hotel room are unfortunately over. I didn't even get the urge. I don't know, their little like menu thing, it did not like immediately offer up cable. It was interesting. It was like, we have this streaming thing and you can log into your streaming things here. You know, it wasn't like CRTV guide and whatever, like I'm sort of used to. But I'm gonna skip over the trip for a hot minute to talk about something nasty that happened when I came back, because this is the stream about coming back. Are they still doing the big blocks of Teen Titan Go reruns? I thought they were like breaking it up with like fuck, what do they have? What is it? That rock paper scissors shit? Yeah. So so on the way back, I was a lot more nauseous, perhaps because I didn't have so much of a layover to sit around and try to sleep. And I get home, I'm so fucking nauseous, but I know I have to eat a little something or I'll throw up, so I eat one singular double stuffed Oreo, and like 5 minutes later I throw it up in the sink, and the experience of throwing up one singular double stuffed Oreo, like I realized why that's not something you go to for when you're sick. It's not. I would not recommend it. I would say you should go for like a cracker or something. It was honestly, it was similar to a hairball. Like that's kind of the feeling I got with the like the mix of cookie and frosting just partially digested. Like, I can't lie, there was a hairball quality to it. Teen Titans Cinco de Mayo commercials. I see. Anyways, straight nosedive into bummer news. Because you asked about my rats, which thank you. That's very thoughtful of you. Unfortunately, the rats are not doing very well. I'm sorry, I laugh in these situations. It's not funny. It's not funny. But yeah, one of them did pass away on Easter, which is not the first time I've had a rat pass away on Easter either. It's, I hope it's not a pattern that continues, cause man, I'm trying to freaking eat Easter eggs. Yeah, laughter is a common way to cope with complex emotions. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, basically a combo of age and sickness. You know, most rats' lifespan is 2 to 3. She was, I think just 3, yeah. And also she had a tumor. She had a little tumor brewing. Really common for female rats. They're little mammary tumor machines. And unfortunately, of the 3 remaining, 2 of them have tumors. Yeah, ugh. It's not looking great. It's not looking great, in the rat room. I mean, they're doing alright. They're eating, they're jumping. We're making the most of it. But yeah, things are freaking hard as a rat enjoyer. You know, the end comes fast and hard, truly. Anyways, I threw up a singular Oreo. Ha 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 ha. It was funny. And you know what? You know what's fucked up? The first thing I thought after, oh, I threw up an Oreo is, oh, I should tell that on stream. Yeah, did you see that tweet that was like, being a VTuber fan is like being a rat owner because they die in like 3 years? There really are a lot of similarities. They bring you joy, they jump around, they get mammary tumors. Anyways, I'm pretty sure I bruised my rib at the tail end of my visit. It was I blame it on the cat jumping on me. My little lady has a cat who is not so little, very affectionate. She did jump on me that one time. Around the same time. That could have done it. But I don't know. I feel like maybe I would have noticed and I'm like, my rib can't possibly be bruised, but I have all the symptoms of a bruised rib, and it's like, why else is my rib? It's more like in between my ribs, you know? It's like sore. It's been so freaking sore for over a week. It's a little better now. But when I freaking got back and slept for like 12 hours, it was so much worse when I woke up. I think I slept on it wrong. It's feeling better now. I don't know. I mean, it's still a little sore, but it's like a bruise. That's why I think I bruised my rib, because it feels like a bruise on my rib. But I'm not a doctor. I'm probably wrong. I'm probably dying of like, silver worms. Anyway, I blame the cat. But I love her. She's so cute. She's a little calico. She's sweet. Yeah, lupus. Gotta be. Dr. House diagnosed me himself. But, yeah, after my ribs started hurting, I had to be like, no, you have to rest. You have to rest on my legs or something, cat. No more of that. But she's a sweetie. You know, she recognized me when I first met her. It took like a week. It took like 4 days for her to warm up enough to let me pet her. Cause at first she was like hissing and shit, you know. But this time when I visited, she recognized me right away. You know, she's sweet. She's learned me. Yeah, it was actually only my second time visiting the fairy forest. It's freaking far away, dog. But you know. Sometime I'll have to pull out my pictures of when we went to friggin' Breaking Dimensions, the Hololive concert. I feel like maybe this will just be like friggin' my fan activities diary. I'm a fan first and foremost, you know? I have to fix my layering issues on my to-do list. My ear is layered wrong, and my eye is layered wrong on one of my other things. Anyway, I'm already tired. I'm already pretty tired. I guess we have been going for half an hour, but I don't know. I feel like I've only barely touched on what I wanted to talk about. I guess I'll save the Meow Wolf art installation, talking about that for later. Yeah, alright. So I talked about all that shit. Oh yeah. The hotel. The hotel was pretty cool, you guys. They gave us a cookie. They gave us each a cookie when we got our room. And there are 3 restaurants. There were 3 restaurants inside the hotel. But like their menus overlapped a lot. So I'm pretty sure it was just like the one kitchen. But there were like 3 themed areas to sit and order at, I guess. There was free Wi-Fi. The breakfast was not free. Yeah, it was a decently pricey hotel. Yeah, it was. We splurged on it. We splurged on a nice hotel. Although, you know, it wasn't like a friggin' $1 billion. It wasn't like a friggin' $1,000 a second 5-star. I want to say friggin' Chevrolet hotel. Wouldn't it be fucking funny if there were like sports car hotels and they're like, oh yes, this is our extremely expensive Ferrari hotel, and they just like lead you to a car in the middle of a parking lot with a blanket. Good night. But yeah, we splurged on a nice hotel, so what? And that's why I had a nice hot tub. We didn't go in the pool. It looked alright. It looked nice too. There were a bunch of children in it. There were a bunch of freaking children swimming in it, so it was too loud. I don't know. We were really only there for the hot tub anyway. We were in agreement on that. Yeah, children. Gross, right? And you know, they popped into the hot tub as well, but luckily they were pretty brief, you know? They knew that the hot tub is the adult zone. I guess. I'm pretty sure it's like 12 and up on hot tubs at least, right? Cause like you'll boil or whatever. Toddlers will fucking boil. Kentucky Fried Children. But yeah, we did get a room service from one of the 3 restaurants. And it was good. It was a good freaking burger. I mean, fucking insane price for a burger, but it was almost worth the price. And you know, for room service, what more can you truly ask for, right? I don't know, it was pretty great. Cool shower. One thing I will say was weird is that the towel rack was in the shower, like the opposite end from the shower head, like kind of up, but still, like we took all the towels off before showering, but the towel rack got wet. I'm pretty sure. Yes, fries were included. They were okay. But freaking towel rack in the shower. I don't know. I personally, I would do everything I could to avoid that, but that's just me, I guess. That was the only thing about. Oh yeah, and there was a balcony, and it was you know, like 2 square feet. But it was fun. We friggin' looked over the balcony and we looked down, and for like 2 of the 3 days there's a blue Powerade just sitting, like I guess there was like the awning entrance, like I guess there was like a floor that was slightly shorter or something, like for the entrance. And there was some sort of a concrete platform, regardless, below our balcony, a couple floors. There was a Powerade resting on it. And, you know, I'm pretty confident on how it got there. Someone dropped it. But how did it get out of there? That's the real question. Cause I thought it would be there our whole trip, but it was not. It disappeared. Who cleared it? How often do they clear those things? Makes you wonder. Yeah, hi Bob the Jester. What happened? A Powerade got frickin' dropped from the balcony onto the... Yeah, it was aliens. You're right, it was aliens. They took it. I don't know if it was actually an area that was really easy to access. It looked like just some freaking random roof area, like when you're freaking building in The Sims and you just have a bunch of random little roofs. Yeah. Anyway, back to my stream topics list. Yeah, alright, I covered everything about the hotel. Wow. I mean, I guess there's really only so much you can say about it. Oh yeah, there was one more thing actually that I didn't even write down. Which was, that in the hotel on like day 1, or maybe 2, I was wandering around, and I wandered into the ballroom, because they had a ballroom. And you know what was fucking happening in the ballroom? Urologist conference. Like the people who study pee holes and stuff, and urine and stuff. They were having their annual fucking committee conference or whatever. Isn't that a blessing? Isn't that lovely? Doesn't that just tickle you? The urologist conference happened to be there at the ballroom in Denver. If you were wondering, like, I wasn't invited to the 2025 urologist conference. It was in Denver. You just missed it. They didn't invite you on purpose because they hate you. Yeah, I like to imagine that they were like, you know, little flute glasses with samples, like, yes, this one definitely needs to see a doctor ASAP. This is really bad bladder infection. What pee-related developments have occurred? Oh, buddy. They discovered an all-new type of kidney stone. The, they found the kidney diamond, you know? They finally cracked the code on kidney netherite, dog. They found out where it's really stored. They have to discuss it, you know? Yeah, but I don't know. I guess it was just a typical socializing, and oh, look at all these cool urinary ultrasounds you can get, you know? Or like, look at all these tubes you could stick up someone's pee hole. Don't you want the one with the curved edge? I'll tell you why you need to be sticking something purple up the pee hole. You see, the purple is scientifically proven to be more relaxing and cause the urinary sphincter to relax. Viewer spike. So yeah, I pretty much walked away as soon as I realized there were people in there, and I saw the sign. But it was pretty cool getting a little peek into such accomplished professionals' daily activities, I suppose. Or I guess this is an annual activity. They only do this once a year. But yeah, we went to the aquarium, the Denver Aquarium. It was pretty cool. I don't know, all the freaking exhibits basically had signs about like, you should scuba dive in here. And I guess Hag took them up on that offer. I don't know how it was. It seemed like a hassle. I don't know if it's actually something you can just do same day, but I mean, she managed to. Anyways, but I was just sort of thinking about that. And then on the Uber out, you know, the guy was like, oh, I used to work there. And we're like, oh, that's cool. You used to work at the aquarium. And he's like, yeah, I did the freaking food and shit. That's not what he said. That's not how he said it. Rather, you know, he worked at the concessions. And then one day he got close with someone who worked with the sharks, and he was like, come shark diving with me. And we were like, well, aw, that's so cool, you know, because we love sharks, obviously. We just fucking paid good money to see them. And he fucking said no, it wasn't cool, it was scary. And it's like, look, I'm not gonna fucking, like, okay, it's scary to be with sharks, it's cool, it's whatever. It should have been me, though. It should have been me who got the opportunity to dive with sharks. He didn't like it. And, like, I don't know. Yeah, maybe they were trying to feed him to the sharks. I mean, evidently it didn't work. He survived. He did it. I don't know. I mean, I feel like he could have just said no, right? He could have said, I'll pass. Maybe it was a really heavy pressure work environment. Maybe he felt peer pressured into diving with the sharks, in which case I feel bad for him. But at the same time, I was so jealous. I was so jealous. What type of sharks are my favorite? It's hard to pick. I mean, I like hammerhead just because, like, it's a very simple name. It's a very distinct shape, obviously. They're funny. I mean, you know, can't go wrong with a great white, just a classic shark. I mean, any sort of animal with like a white belly and a like a top, like they call it a Berkshire when it's a rat coat. Lemon sharks? Yeah. Yeah, those ones with the weird face. And they get all the fish on them usually. They're pretty cool. A nice color. Street sharks! Yeah, the ones with the big muscles. And the backwards hats or whatever. Fingerless gloves. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why he seemed to like assume that we were gonna think it was really scary that he got to dive with sharks. But we were just driving out from the aquarium. I feel like if he was thinking about playing to the audience, he would have realized, you know? Sharks with pants! Ah! I don't remember how the theme song goes. It has a line about sharks with pants, right? I think it was one of those that had like a really literal theme song, right? Or maybe it was just 10 seconds of music and I'm crazy making the whole thing up in my head. But yeah, I did not know there was gonna be tigers at this aquarium. And in the first enclosure, there was an animatronic eagle. And there were, I think, a couple other, like, fake animals. And so when I saw signs that are like, you know, no service animals allowed in tiger room, I just kind of assumed it was like a little storytelling thing for like a bigger animatronic. But no, they were real freaking tigers. They're actual tigers. And they walked around and shit. And they had like a parrot, like macaws. I think just one, actually, maybe. Or they just had one out. Touch tank, that was cool. Didn't you know, like, them rays, they like being touched? They got depressed when they couldn't be touched because of that one time. Yeah. Isn't that funny? I mean, you know. I'm sure there's other factors. I mean, I know. I know out in the wild they're not craving touch. But when they're in the situation, they would rather be touched than not touched. And they sure did seem to like it. Lyrics include words like street sharks and jawsome. That's it, jawsome. Street sharks. Street sharks. But yeah. I guess that's everything I want to say right now. I kind of want to wrap up my stream. I don't want to get straight into it with a friggin' straight up hour. I'm gonna friggin' tire myself out. I'm gonna, Yeah, there was, I don't know, I don't remember if it was eels. I thought it was something else, but perhaps multiple species. Yeah, I'm about to fucking pass the fuck out. No, I'm about to, eat a bunch of sugar, probably. I had pigs in a blanket for dinner. I am living like a gluttonous fiend, with no remorse. Truly. Oh, I just had an alarm go off on stream. I'm so unprofessional. I wonder if it picked up. I feel like my noise filter has been pretty decent. There's been a few things where I thought, oh, that'll pick up for sure on stream. And then I listened to it back, and I didn't see it. Elves eating fucking... Oh my god, what even, like, possesses you to say something like that on someone's fucking stream? I can't even believe you would tell me to my face that I eat leaves. That's messed up, dog. That you would come here to my stream and tell me to my face that I eat leaves or something, or maybe grass. Oh my god, I can't with you people and this elf prejudice. Salad is not leaves and grass. It's lettuce and vegetables and dressing. But I don't like salad anyways. Leaf muncher. Leaf muncher is a very offensive term. Okay, I will not take to being called a leaf muncher. I will have you know, I brew leaves into tea. My family takes pride in it. Okay, that's the only way we consume leaves is brewing and smoking, okay? So don't even get it twisted, dog. Everyone's so freaking prejudiced against elves. I don't even want to do a closing end screen, because that's how distraught I am over this blatant disrespect, not only to me, but to my entire people. Just a little blue waving emoji. I think that's a good reply to what I just said. That one little emoji. What else is there to say? What else is there to say? Alright, well. Even though all that, I am just gonna leave. Fuck you. But before that, I am still gonna say the thing that I say at the end of every single one of my streams. Bottom up. Yay!